How's it going, everybody? Pandemonium here. So, oddly enough, I have yet to really talk about, at least on this channel, about EDP's return to YouTube, and that's for a couple reasons. Reason number one is because I technically did already talk about it on Domino's channel. Go ahead and check out that video, leave it linked in the description below, and if I forget to do so, please relentlessly mock me in the comments. I need to remember some of this stuff. But on top of that too, the main reason why I haven't really talked about his return on YouTube on this channel is largely because, well, I just haven't had the time. But now that I have the time, and now that there's something interesting that has happened, which is EDP uploading a, quote, apology video, and that is in the biggest quotation mark scene in the galaxy, mind you. Apparently he's uploaded this video titled, "Mistakes Were Made," and the main thing that I'm worried about here is the fact that, well, we already know that he's probably not going to actually apologize here. He's probably going to try and make up some sort of excuse as to why he got caught not once but twice, you know, trying to, shall we say, meet up with, as Rince called it, cupcakes. And of course, to kind of pull another page from Rince's book here.
You know, EDP 445 and taking accountability go hand in hand like drinking and driving. For the few that missed the joke, they don't go together.
Here we have EDP uploading this video, and the main thing that I'm concerned about is mainly in the terms of editing. Because if you haven't seen Domino's video, then allow me to just quickly let you know some things about EDP. Other than the fact that he's a child predator, he is, of course, you know, someone who doesn't understand the art of audio balancing, and of course he swears even more than I do, which is just astonishing to me. I didn't even think that that was possible, but lo and behold, EDP exists. So not only do we have shit audio quality, but we also have a shitty person who has a shitty mouth. So there you go. But without any further ado, let us sit back, relax, grab some popcorn, and let's just get started here.
People want to paint their narrative on you based on what they want to believe, especially when it comes to the internet and social media. One thing I want you guys to understand is that when you're dealing with trolls, when you're dealing with people on the internet who can just leave a comment and just run off to the stories of their own, you know, hiding spots, is that there's no reconciling with these motherfuckers. There's no getting through to them. There's no, you know, trying to get these people to understand where you are at.
Oh boy, this is already not starting off very well. There's probably going to be a lot of editing. At least this segment is probably going to be spat up in some way, because that was just 30 seconds of uninterrupted garbage. Allow me to just quickly point out some things. I mean, yeah, the internet is a kind of shit place where a lot of people like to make up some things. But the thing is, EDP, that you seem to constantly fail to realize is that there is actual evidence of you messaging, like, minors with sexual intent and planning on meeting up with them. Not once, but twice. It happened twice. Like, it's not people just spinning a narrative. No, it actually fucking happened. The only reason why it hasn't been pursued legally is, unfortunately, because, well, the legal system absolutely fucking sucks. And we'll get into that one later, because EDP actually brings up something about this shit later. But, honestly, I just simply have to point this shit out, okay? Just because you haven't been confirmed legally as a predator doesn't mean that you weren't a fucking predator, buddy. If the evidence fucking exists and it's concrete enough and there hasn't been anything disputing it yet, then I'm pretty sure it's pretty safe to say that you might be onto some weird shit.
At that point in time in your life, you know, addressing what happened a few years ago, the whole incident and stuff like that, I'll be the first person to tell you, I was in a very dark place in my life.
Oh, for the love of Christ, just... If this is going to actually be your defense throughout this entire fucking video, I'm gonna scream. And I don't want to scream, because I'm recording this early in the fucking morning, right? I don't want to scream. Very dark place. You know, had the fame, had the money, you know, had the status, you know. I thought that I couldn't be touched. You ended up getting caught not just one time, but twice. You got caught twice. That's the actual problem here. Once would already be bad enough, but the fact that it happened twice is, like, the main thing that kind of fucks with me, you know? You got caught by two different predator hunters, buddy. Like, how do you even do that? You would think that you would learn after the first time, right? But no, you're just fucking stupid.
You paid the price for it, you know? Now, one thing I want you guys to understand, you know, another thing I want you guys to understand, and of course, you know, there's going to be those motherfuckers out there, oh, EDP, just because you were in a dark place, that doesn't justify what you did. First off, don't try to put fucking words up in my mouth. We're not here for that shit.
Can we please roll the clip of what he said, not like 15 seconds earlier?
I was in a very dark place in my life.
My brother in Christ, your main excuse and your main explanation here, either way it would be stupid. If it's an excuse, it's bad. If it's an explanation, it's even worse. If your main explanation as to why you decided to start messaging children not once but twice in a sexual way is you were in a dark place and you had the money and fame, and that you thought you were untouchable, we're not putting words into your mouth. You put those words in there yourself.
I'm here to explain to you where I was at in my headspace a few years ago.
Okay, so it is just a very shit explanation. Yeah, it's not gonna work out well for you, buddy, here. I'm probably gonna emerge from this video very fucking pissed.
You know what I mean? The only thing that you can do as a human being when you make a mistake to this magnitude is to take responsibility for your actions, take accountability for your actions, understand that there is an issue, right? Understand that this is not normal. You know what I mean? To have these type of behaviors, they are not normal, right? Get the necessary help.
Which, to everybody else's knowledge, you have refused to do so for the past... how long has it been? 4 years at this point? Like, you've refused to do this shit for 4 years. You've refused to take responsibility for your actions. You've refused to take proper accountability, which, in my personal opinion, I think the best way for EDP to take accountability is to just leave the fucking internet in its entirely. He should just leave. Just fuck off. He clearly is not able to handle it, and I anticipate, like... He came back, like, a couple years ago, then ended up getting caught again trying to message, like, a bait child. So I only anticipate that he's gonna probably get caught, like, a third time, and then he's gonna pull this whole song and dance all over again. Like, this is just infuriating.
Overall, just trying to make sure that the same mistake doesn't happen again.
Well, wouldn't you believe it, but the same mistake happened again. Not even, like, what, like a year ago? As of recording this?
And you learn from your mistake. That's all you can do. And just try to improve yourself as a person. If that's not good enough for people, well then that sounds like a fucking personal issue to me.
Okay, EDP, I just simply have to bring this up, but you have yet to really try to better yourself as a person, because if your first 2 videos uploaded onto this channel were anything to go by, you've actually become progressively worse as a person in my eyes, because your first 2 videos, other than like the test video or whatever that first enigma was you going on fucking incel rants, buddy. Like, no, you haven't bettered yourself as a person.
Now, a lot of people, they like to assume, right, just because I haven't came out and made some big ass crying video, you know what I mean, making a fucking ass out of myself, all hysterical on camera and shit like that, that I show no remorse. That couldn't be any more further from the truth.
Well, actually, no. I think the main reason why people think that you don't actually give a shit is not only because this shit happened twice, right? But also because you have taken every single measure humanly possible to just try and dodge the question of you needing to actually take accountability for what the fuck you've actually done. Literally in your first 2 videos, you quite literally, were talking about, like, oh, all these people, they want me to take accountability. Well, fuck that. Like, that, I believe that was literally verbatim, like a quote from one of your first 2 videos. And now you're suddenly turning around and doing this shit? I highly doubt people are going to believe you, and the only people that will believe you are people that should probably have their drives checked.
What I want you guys to realize is the fact that I have sat down and I have apologized to my family, right? I've apologized to my diehard friends. And when I say diehard friends, I mean my friends who I'll openly admit I forgot about because I was surrounded by so many clout chasing motherfucking people who only really cared about me based on my internet and social media status.
Okay, well, how about the victims, EDP? How about the victims? How about the victims? How about the families of the victims? Have you apologized to them? No? You've instead privately apologized to your family who probably, hopefully has disowned you, and your, quote, diehard friends, Which to me just sounds like a fancy way of saying yes men that will just blindly agree with whatever the hell you say. Like, no, this isn't good. Like, you're literally saying, I have done everything in my power to apologize. To everyone except for the victims.
Now, as far as fucking weirdos hitting me up on Instagram, you know, I'm gonna show you guys some bullshit. I'm gonna tell y'all some bullshit. So, there are literally 13, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-olds, you know what I mean, DMing me, hitting me up on Instagram. And they'll fucking type this message and they'll be all like, oh my God, are you the real EDP? And the moment I respond with, yes, I am. What they'll do, right? And they think that they're fucking sneaky about this shit, right? Malicious intent. You feel me? I made a video a long time ago. And it was a video where I talked about, obviously adults should be held accountable. And they should be, they should get in trouble for messaging minors and engaging in those type of conversations in that particular way, right?
Well, an old video of yours ended up coming back to bite you in the ass now, didn't it? But on top of that too, okay, like, I don't really, you know, like, sure, do I actually find this weird? Yeah, obviously. Kids shouldn't be trying to, like, engage with, you know, known predators to try and, like, mess with them or anything like that, because that just puts them in danger. That just puts the, you know, the kids in question in danger here, of people like EDP falling for the same trick now thrice. But you want to know how you can avoid this, EDP, and this is a very, very, very simple technique, okay? It's called fucking ignore them. It's called ignore them, right? If you think that they're trying to get into your pants for whatever reason, and you know that they're a child, ignore them. Block them. Those features exist for a fucking reason. Okay? Are you stupid?
This one chick, she messaged me, right? And she goes, oh my God, are you the real EDP? I respond back with, bitch, how old are you? And who the fuck sent you? Right? Because I know fucking well Skeeter John, Gideon, and all these fake-ass wannabe Chris Hansen impersonating motherfuckers.
Listen, I'm sorry, I have to pause here. Skeeter John? Skeeter John? No, I'm sorry, I can't take that shit seriously, man. Skeeter John, that's a new one. But I feel like I should probably just kind of give my own 2 cents about, like, these internet predator hunters like Skeeter Gene and whoever the last guys were. What were they called, like the predator poachers? Honestly, well, I do believe that they're at least doing some good work in at least exposing these kinds of people. I really think that they should at least just try to stop it there and bring the evidence to the authorities instead. Like, a lot of these types tend to just completely forego, you know, actually, like, you know, contacting the authorities with the evidence that they have, and instead just decide to resort to, like, fucking trying to troll them for whatever reason. Like, they're not exactly Chris Hansen, okay? They aren't exactly working with the authorities. They don't bring the authorities with them. They instead just kind of try to do it themselves and then get surprised when nothing else actually happens. And it ends up messing with things legally, unfortunately. And that's just kind of my own personal opinion, alright? Well, they do, in fact, do some good work. Unfortunately, it ends up getting squandered because they end up fucking with the law, and it kind of screws things over. And unfortunately, because they screw with the law so much, the law ends up incidentally fucking siding with the guy who has done significantly worse.
More than likely, they fucking sent you. You know what I mean? With their fucking no-life fucking ass, right? Bitch, how old are you and who sent you? Oh, I'm 14. Screenshot. Let's go ahead and tag Gideon, and let's go ahead and tag fucking Skeeter John, or whatever the fuck his name is, right? Skeeter John, Gideon, get him! You see what the fuck they're doing, right? Purposely messaging, not just me, purposely messaging people, right, to fuck with them, which ultimately leads to harassment, right?
Jesus. Okay, I'm sorry. In case you're wondering, no, I did not do that audio change. That just fucking happened. Out of nowhere, his audio quality just suddenly went from all in one ear to sounding like it's coming through a fucking World War II ham radio. What in the fuck is going on?
Showing up at your fucking job, tracking where you work at, fucking, you know, showing up at your motherfucking dialysis center, you know what I mean? Trying to find out, you know, what type of community that you fucking live in, right? Storming the fucking leasing office and shit like that. Storming HOA offices and shit like that. You know what I mean? Fucking with you out in public at the grocery store. You feel me? throwing shit at your motherfucking window as you're at a fucking stoplight when somebody recognizes you.
Well, I don't exactly, agree with the kinds of people that are just resorting to just, like, petty harassment towards, like, someone like this. I don't really agree with that, but at the exact same time, I just simply have to bring this up. EDP, you kind of have at least some of this shit coming, because honestly, not only should you just not have a platform, right, but, like, you're a fucking predator, dude. You're a fucking predator. You're a pedophile, dude. Like, it's been confirmed. The only thing that it has been confirmed with is that it has been legally confirmed because, unfortunately, Skeeter, Gene, and fucking predator poachers have ultimately fucked with the law so much that, unfortunately, they can't really pursue anything legally, because, unfortunately, they would be screwed. And of course, yes, I do in fact find that as a problem, but at the exact same time, EDP, you kind of should have expected this when you decided to message minors sexually not once, but twice! Like, I mean, all I can really say here, EDP, is just cry me a river and then drown yourself in it. Like, I don't know what else to say here, man.
You feel me? Motherfuckers trying to, you have a fucking P.O. box set up and shit. Motherfuckers is able to track that shit down and fucking storm the little fucking place of business and shit. Fucking with the lady, fucking with the sweet lady. You feel me?
Okay, yeah, I think that that's kind of screwed up. If they're, like, messing with, like, people that aren't really even associated with you, like, at all, EDP, then yeah, that's kind of screwed up. They should honestly just be trying to bring any kind of evidence that they do have to the authorities instead of, like, just storming random buildings to try and get you kicked out. Honestly, I feel like, again, going back to what I said earlier, well, yes, EDP, once again, you probably should have expected people to kind of just start messing with you because you're a predator. At the exact same time, I think that people should have just gone to the authorities just to get you arrested, so that way we wouldn't have to do this whole song and dance. Like, again, there's a problem on all sides here, unfortunately, and that's just kind of the big problem here. But I think most of the problem here lies with EDP in the sense that, again, he fell for the same child trap twice. Fucking twice. I'm just gonna end the video off right here. I don't think I can go on any further. This video is starting to really piss me off right here. But, yeah, overall, EDP's apology video is absolutely abysmal. I think that Rince probably covered the entire video on his channel, or at least a lot more than I probably covered here. So I'll probably leave a link to his video there as well. But, yeah, overall, my thoughts on EDP is that he sucks as a human being, and should probably just actually leave the internet, because it's very obvious by this video that he will never actually truly take accountability for anything. But anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like. That's very well appreciated. Leave a comment down below what you thought about the video, what you want me to talk about next, and also subscribe to the channel if you're new and you want to see more content such as this. Also, go ahead and follow me on Twitter and join the Discord server down below if you feel like doing so. And yeah, anyways guys, it's been Sandy, and have yourselves a nice day.